The Charlie Kirk case has set the world ablaze, unraveling a story that's not just about a single death but a tangled web of trust, power, and secrets that's gripped the nation. From the moment the fatal shot rang out at Utah Valley University, the narrative around Turning Point USA's founder has spiraled into a firestorm of suspicion, fueled by social media, political rivalries, and one woman's relentless pursuit of truth, Candace Owens. Her explosive claims have turned a tragedy into a global obsession, with every detail, from a cryptic phone call to a widow's calm demeanor, dissected under the unforgiving lens of the internet. At the center of it all is Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, whose silence and swift rise to power have raised questions no one can ignore. Was Charlie's death a random act of violence, or was it orchestrated by those closest to him? If you're as hooked on this saga as millions of others and want justice for Charlie Kirk, stick with this story to the end and let us know what you think in the comments. The truth is out there, and it's messier than anyone could have imagined. It was September 10th, 2025, when Charlie Kirk took the stage at Utah Valley University for his American Comeback Tour. At 12:23 p.m., in front of 3,000 supporters, a single bullet tore through his neck. Fired from a nearby rooftop, the shot was precise, and Kirk was gone before they could get him to Timpanogos Regional Hospital. The FBI sprang into action, and within 33 hours, they had their man, Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old former Utah State University student with a grudge against Kirk's politics. Robinson confessed on Discord and to his parents, admitting he acted out of ideological rage. Case closed, right? Not even close. The official story was barely out before whispers of doubt started swirling. Was Robinson a lone gunman, or a pawn in something bigger? Why were there inconsistencies in the timeline? And why did Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, seem so unshaken? Enter Candace Owens, who turned those whispers into a roar that's still echoing across the internet. Candace didn't waste time. In her October 2025 live streams, she dropped a bombshell. Charlie Kirk's death wasn't what it seemed. She pointed fingers at Erika Kirk and Michael McCoy, Turning Point USA's chief of staff, claiming their relationship wasn't just professional. With screenshots, call logs, and timestamps in hand, Candace laid out a case that sent shockwaves through conservative circles. The biggest bombshell? A phone call. Erika told the New York Times she got a call from McCoy at 11:23 a.m., Phoenix time, screaming that something was wrong. But the shooting happened at 12:23 p.m. Utah time, 1 hour later thanks to the time zone difference. If true, how did McCoy know something was up before the shot was fired? That question alone turned the case into a social media juggernaut, with hashtag Utah cover-up trending worldwide and racking up over 10 million impressions in days. The internet went wild. A grainy CCTV clip from Utah Valley University surfaced, showing McCoy near Kirk on stage, phone in hand, then walking out calmly as chaos erupted. People screamed, some ducked, but McCoy? He didn't flinch. Candace played the clip on her stream, her voice sharp. This isn't panic. This is an escape. Online sleuths pounced, zooming in on McCoy's face, analyzing his stride, even the way he held his phone. One Reddit user wrote, "He's moving like he knew what was coming." Another said, "Candace didn't just start this fire, she got there first." The clip was remixed, slowed down, and spread across TikTok, X, and YouTube with captions like, "The truth can't hide." Meanwhile, Erika's silence was deafening. At the September 21st memorial at State Farm Stadium, she stood before thousands, her voice steady, her face composed. "No one can replace my husband," she said, "but I see his spirit in leaders like J.D. Vance." To some, it was strength in grief. To others, it was a performance that didn't add up. Candace doubled down, unveiling alleged text messages between Erika and McCoy. One read, "Just stay quiet. Timing is everything. It'll be worth it soon." Another called him Mikey, a nickname that felt too cozy for a professional dynamic. The messages, supposedly from weeks before Charlie's death, weren't verified, but their timestamps matched the period Candace was zeroing in on. TikTok exploded with montages of the text set to ominous music, captioned, "The calm before the storm." It's Mikeygate took off and users dug through McCoy's old photos, comparing watches, phone wallpapers, even coffee mugs to items in Erika's home. One ex-post claimed that's the same mug from her kitchen Instagram story. It was flimsy, but in the court of public opinion, it was damning. Candace's streams were pulling millions of views with comments flooding in. She's exposing the truth. This is God's work. But not everyone was on board. Erika's response, or lack thereof, only fueled the fire. After the memorial, she posted a black and white photo of herself with a Bible, captioning it, "God is good." The comment section turned into a battlefield. "If you're innocent, say something," one user demanded. "Don't hide behind hymns," another snapped. Her next post, a poetic Instagram story, read, "Grief has no timeline. Healing needs no audience." It was elegant, but to critics, it was a dodge. "Grace doesn't erase guilt," one commenter shot back, "and prayers don't fill evidence gaps." Erika's calm demeanor, once a hallmark of her Miss Arizona 2012 charm, was now a liability. Her rapid appointment as Turning Point USA's CEO, announced just 8 days after Charlie's death, didn't help. The board called it Charlie's last wish, but online, it was labeled a power grab. Why the rush? Why no tears? And why was she so quick to forgive? Candace's next move was to tie the case to a bigger conspiracy. She revealed a message Charlie allegedly sent her days before his death. "They want me to shut up about Israel, but the truth is non-negotiable." Charlie's recent shift on Israel, less unwavering support, more critical takes, had reportedly ruffled feathers among Turning Point USA's donors. Candace claimed some wanted him silenced, and Erika might be complicit. "This isn't about a marriage," she said, staring into the camera. "This is about power." The claim turned the story from a personal scandal to a political earthquake. Joe Rogan jumped in on his podcast, slowing down the Utah footage frame by frame. "Something's not right here," he said, his voice grave. That clip went viral, pulling in millions who'd never heard of Erika Kirk but now wanted answers. "Who benefits from Charlie's silence?" one ex-post asked, racking up thousands of retweets. The internet became a courtroom. Old interviews of Erika were dissected, her every smile and glance reinterpreted. In one clip, she called McCoy Mikey on live TV, giggling softly. What was once a passing moment now looked like a clue. "That's not grief, it's intimacy," one user commented. Another viral thread compared her polished memorial speech to Charlie's raw, heartfelt prayers, with Candace's caption, "Which one feels true?" The post hit 12 million views in a day. Erika's hug with J.D. Vance at an event, a moment dubbed the hug heard around the world, became another flashpoint. Video showed her hands lingering in his hair, a gesture many called too intimate for a grieving widow. "She's holding him, not hugging him," one ex-user quipped, pointing out Vance's awkward smile. The stills were misleading, Candace argued, but the video told a different story. Social media sleuths zoomed in, analyzing Vance's posture, Erika's grip, even the way he brushed his hand on his hip afterward. "He looks guilty," one comment read. "She's playing him," another claimed. J.D. Vance's role in this saga added another layer of chaos. Already a polarizing figure, his alleged closeness to Erika sparked rumors of an affair, fanned by Candace's insinuations. Vance's wife, Usha, spoke out, her voice heavy with hurt. "I trusted him," she said in a rare public statement, but the truth was impossible to ignore. Sources close to her described a marriage unraveling. Late-night calls, vague excuses, and texts that hinted at something more than friendship. Usha's background, growing up in a middle-class Indian immigrant family in San Diego, made Vance's public comments about her Hindu upbringing sting even more. He'd gone on record hoping she'd convert to Christianity, tying it to his push for cultural assimilation. "It's fine to want neighbors who speak your language," he'd said, a line that felt like a jab at Usha's roots. Now, with Erika in the picture, Usha's silence spoke volumes. "No woman would be okay with her husband cozying up to a widow like that," one ex-post read, liked thousands of times. Erika's past only deepened the mystery. A former college basketball player and Miss Arizona 2012, she met Charlie at a Turning Point USA event in 2018, when Donald Trump owned the pageant. Their whirlwind romance, 5 years older than Charlie, academically stellar, and a rising star in conservative circles, seemed like a MAGA fairy tale. But Candace floated a darker theory. Was Erika a honeypot, strategically placed to control Charlie? The idea, once fringe, gained traction online. From sports to pageant queen to TPUSA's CEO? Too perfect, one user posted. Others pointed to her ties to Trump and the organization's donors. She's either the ultimate MAGA wife or playing a long game, another wrote. Candace didn't let up, claiming insiders told her Charlie felt watched in his final days, even telling 3 people, 2 with written proof, that he feared for his life. "They're going to kill me," he allegedly said, though Candace kept the names off record, urging them to come forward. The FBI's investigation, led by Kash Patel, added fuel to the conspiracy. The official story, a .30-06 bullet, no exit wound due to Charlie's Man of Steel neck bones, drew skepticism from hunters and ex-military online. "I've shot hogs with a .30-06 at 500 yards, Alex Jones said on X. "It blows a 4-inch hole clean through. No way it stops in a neck." Candace called the miracle explanation a cop-out, accusing Turning Point USA of hiding behind faith to dodge questions. "Conservatives aren't just people of faith," she said. "They're hunters. They know guns. This doesn't add up." Then there was the plane with the disabled transponder near the scene. The FBI called it a mechanical glitch, but the plane's owner, Derek Maxfield, said air traffic control approved the shutdown. "It can't be both," Candace snapped, pointing out the contradiction. She also flagged a trap door and underground pipes near where Charlie was shot, suggesting a closer range attack. "I'm not saying someone popped up and shot him," she clarified, "but why repave the area so fast?" A Reddit post claiming leaked TPUSA call logs sent the internet into overdrive. It alleged McCoy's call to Erika came at 11:22 a.m., with a GPS ping near the university. True or not, it was catnip for conspiracy theorists. Candace retweeted it with one line, "You can't erase the truth." Her supporters erupted, while Erika's defenders scrambled. Turning Point USA issued a statement calling the claims baseless rumors, but it backfired. "If it's just gossip, why respond at all?" one user asked. Sponsors started pulling back, and conservative influencers quietly unfollowed Erika. Her polished image, built over years as a pageant queen and Christian advocate, was crumbling. Candace, meanwhile, was unrelenting. "They call me cruel for asking questions," she said in her final stream before her account was briefly suspended. But what widow smiles on national TV while her husband's case is unsolved? That line, remixed and shared millions of times, became a rallying cry. Erika finally broke her silence with a poetic post. "There's no straight path to grief. I carry Charlie in every breath, every pain." It was heartfelt, but too late. "This isn't pain, it's guilt wrapped in sacred language," Candace shot back. The internet split into camps, #Justice for Charlie, convinced of a cover-up, and #Pray for Erika, who saw Candace as exploiting grief. Laura Loomer called her demented for targeting a widow, while Robbie Starbuck labeled her tactics evil. But Candace held firm. "Everyone's defending Erika, but who's defending Charlie?" she asked, her voice cracking. A Daily Wire journalist claimed an anonymous Dropbox link showed McCoy on the phone before the shooting, matching Candace's timeline. The screenshots spread like wildfire, though no video surfaced. By now, the story was bigger than Charlie's death. It was about trust, power, and the stories we tell ourselves. The fallout was brutal. Erika's followers dipped, then rebounded as supporters rallied with Pray for Erika hashtags. She vowed to keep Turning Point USA's mission alive, but her every move was scrutinized. A recent Fox interview showed her emotional, talking to Charlie's spirit, yet some saw it as staged. She followed Candace on Instagram after the accusations, one user pointed out, sparking more speculation. Vance, meanwhile, was in damage control. His team went quiet, his appearances scaled back. Observers noted his slower speech, his forced smiles. "He's trying too hard to look calm," one analyst said. Usha's silence, broken only by her initial statement, spoke of a woman caught between betrayal and dignity. "I can't imagine staying after that," one ex-post read, referencing Vance's public jabs at her heritage and his cozy moments with Erika. The case has become a mirror for a divided America. Every detail, the bullet, the call, the footage, is a Rorschach test. Candace's receipts are compelling but unverified, her passion either prophetic or reckless. Erika's composure is either strength or a mask. The FBI's investigation plods on, with Patel promising transparency, but the public's patience is thin. "If they want trust, release the footage," one user demanded. Others pointed to the FBI's Utah leadership shakeup weeks before the shooting, senior officials fired, replaced by a DC veteran, as too convenient. "Nothing about this feels random," Rogan said, his words echoing across forums. The question lingers. Was Charlie Kirk's death a tragedy? Or was he silenced for saying too much? Candace's final stream ended abruptly, her last words haunting. "The question isn't why Charlie's silent, it's who gave the orders." Silence followed, but the internet didn't stop. This isn't just a scandal, it's a reckoning. Trust in institutions, in leaders, in narratives is fraying. Every deleted post, every vague statement, every unanswered question feeds the fire. Erika's silence, once her shield, now haunts her. Candace, love her or hate her, has forced the world to look closer. But at what cost? A widow's grief is a public trial. A family's pain is a meme. The truth, if it's out there, is buried under hashtags and hot takes. So, what do you think? Is Candace exposing a conspiracy, or is she turning tragedy into theater? Drop your thoughts below, because this story's far from over. In a world where betrayal, faith, and power collide, the loudest silence might just be the truth waiting to break free. Waiting to break free. Waiting to break free.